And so yes, we got to most everything that I wanted to get to today, but since we have a little bit of time here at the end because the Hildebrand stuff was so short, we're gonna do since we saw Alpha and Omega out at the seasonal event, I was just like, man, there's a lot of different places where you can see them, but I haven't seen all of them. So we're gonna do a smash tour of Alpha and Omega sighting locations. For those who don't know, after you do the Stormblood Omega raid, the little Chocobo Alpha and the little Omega bot can be found all throughout different zones, and they make sure to include sightings of them in each of the new expansions. I don't think for Dawn Trail yet, but I know there's definitely some in Realm Reborn and Heavensward and Stormblood and even Endwalker. I don't think Shadowbringers, because technically they wouldn't be able to get there. But yeah. So let's look up let me find a list. Oh, this is a Reddit thread. Somebody's been compiling a list. Let me see. I wonder if there's more on another place for a list of it. Nope. Okay. Reddit thread, take us away. Reddit thread, take us away. Alright, so there's one in Thanalan by Copperbell Mines. Okay, so we're gonna be doing a tour of the area. We'll start with the ones in Gridania. So let's go. I'm assuming he's gonna be there when we go there. Alright, we were in our holiday garb. Our holiday garb. Yeah, apparently the first location, also because we might as well, hold on, I don't get to use this mount enough, and since we're in our Christmas garb anyway, let's use the starlight steed. We shall use this one, the reindeer. Let us go look by a Hawk Manor out in central Gridania. So I don't know if they'll be there every time you go there to look. That's the one question. That's the one question. A central shroud. Oh, I think no, this is good anyway. Oh, it's tension. Odin rides the shroud once again. I think that's what's involved in this weather condition. Yeah, this reindeer was the mount from I think 2 winters ago at this point, man. I think he's supposed to be by the gate, so I don't know. I don't think they spawn in every time. I don't think they spawn in every time, so we'll just have to, like, look around for them. We might just have to look around for them. I don't know what determines whether or not they can be spotted. The encounters are client-side, meaning friends will not see Alpha or Omega unless you're screen sharing. If you don't see him the first time you go to these spots, just re-teleport into the area and go to the location until he appears. Okay, so we could do that. We could do that, but we'd have to keep zoning in and out of the area. We'll give it a couple of goes each time, and if we don't see him in a couple goals of rezoning, we'll go to the next location. Assuming there's like the close exit entry points nearby. Or I guess we could just like, just like maybe teleport to somewhere else in the area and then come back. Normally we'd, I wonder, does this mount? Let me check the mount music on this thing. Ah, bullshit. They don't have like the freaking holiday music to play with this one, eh? Oh well. Let me see, where's Hawk Manor? Over this way, right. Quiet. The shroud is like deathly quiet, man. There they are! There they are. This is very poor weather conditions to see this in, but yeah, this is Hawk Manor. They walk up the little ramp. Oh, look at that! The fierce look, man. Oh, they go in. Okay. A fierce look, like I'm going in there. There they go. All right, so that's one of them here in Gardania. I know there's another one. Yeah. There's another one to the south. Okay. All right, let's go then to the South Shroud, because I know there's one there. I've seen this particular one before. It's out by where it goes down into the Palace of the Dead. In South Shroud. Oh, there we go. Thank God the music kicks in again. I just like zone music. Where are you? Yeah, I've always wanted to go on a tour to see the different locations, but I just like, eh. I was just like, eh. But where the time though, and now perfect time, man. Just saying how freaking cute Alpha is and how he appears in different locations. I'd be like, yeah, let's go find them all. Let's go find them all. So I think he would usually be around here somewhere. I don't see him right now, though. Which means let's try re-entering the zone again. Let's try re-entering the zone again. Also, I think it's the ambient noise that makes the... Nope, it's not the ambient noise that makes the wishing sound. System sounds? Nope. Sound effects? Okay, it's the sound effects that makes the wishing noise, so let's go. Turn that down slightly. I'm not a very big fan of the wishing sound when flying. Alright, take two. Nope, I don't see it. Oh, wait, there they are. So here we are. There's Alpha. Where's Omega Bot? Oh, there he is. He's in the grass. I can't see him. So this is the area down into Palace of the Dead, where they first found it. The bewitched ruins of Galamora and beyond. Oh, and then they're gone. Where'd they go? I guess they just walked off and disappeared, and I missed them when I went down there. Anyway. That's another spot where you get the Alpha and Omega sighting. I guess so. Sometimes they'll just stay there, and then sometimes I guess they'll eventually wander off. And sometimes they'll eventually wander off. Okay, let's see. So those... That's Outer Lenosha. Okay, let's go to Mordona. Actually... Yeah, I think there's just this one in Thanalan. Let's go to Thanalan. Let's go to Thanalan. Right, exactly where they think in Western Thanalan. Okay, so I think it's right out here by Copper Bell Mines. Oh, not here this time, I don't think. Not here. Alright, we'll come back. We'll come back. There's a zone transition to Central Thanalan right here. We'll rezone. Wait, there we go. This time we'll pay attention to them to make sure they do like if we see them leave, so we can see them leave, because that one time when they just went charging in was very cute into Hawk Manor. Nope. There is this wee sprout here though. Look at that lad all in pink. Look at that lad all in pink. Okay, we'll do another attempt. Torrid Whisper, Drunking Stag, those names of the Rogadin. I don't see him. I don't see him. Can we try again? I mean, we're already here. One more try. I wonder if they spawn in earlier in the area. Like, because we saw that on the Hawk Manor one, they like run up the ramp. Not here. Not here. I know I keep on saying, one more time. One more time. I just want to see my little boy. I just want to see my little boy. Alright, this one the last time for real. This one the last time for real, and then we'll go to Mordona. But yeah, assumedly they spawn outside of the Copperbell mines here. Allegedly. Allegedly, I saw they posted the screenshots. There's proof. Nope. Oh wait, there he is. We did it. The last try worked. He just came out of the mines. little delay on Omega Bot going out of the mines there. They just came out of Copper Bell. There they go, my little buddy boy. They're on adventures, man. All right. That's great. Okay, let's go to Mordona next. So for this one, this is an interesting one in that they actually spawn indoors. I've seen this one before because I think I was doing the Culinarian Stormblood quest, which takes place in this area. And I think they're in the back kitchens here. Or they have the possibility to be. I don't see them. I don't see them, so we might have to re-instance, but I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, this is where they can be. So we'll rezone here. I think there's the zone over to Coerthus that we can do here. There they are. There they are in the Mordona kitchens. Observing the little Lala doing the whisking and stuff. This is Raul from the Stormblood questing. How are you doing, kid? Kelvin, great to see you. The cafe is doing well, I'm happy to say. Folk are coming from far and wide just for our Far Eastern dishes. Things are positively rosy with Enzu and their father, too. Life's good all in all. I've nothing to complain about. Well, to be completely honest, my fire for adventure has flared up again. And in my spare time, I've been off collecting tombstones with the old crowd. Needless to say, not a word of this to anyone. Yeah, he's turned an adventurer turned culinarian, but he's still got a little bit of the adventurer fire in him. Our tables would have been nice, says the Lullafell, of course. Anyway, there's our little Omega and Alpha here in the Mordona kitchens. In the kitchens over here. Okay, so it looks like there's another potential spotting out in Coerthus. And then there's a couple out in Lenosha as well. And then after that, we'll be on to the Heavensward areas where this person has spotted them. There might be other locations. I'll have to look into the comments to see if somebody spotted like additional locations. But yeah, I've only seen like a few of these. So, for example, I saw the one in the South Shroud. Let me see. This one is out by Behemoth's Dominion. Apparently. That's where the world boss spawns. You know what? I always forget when I come out this way, but out in the distance there is a Garlean facility. They tried to build one in Ishgard, but it was too cold, so they have fucking abandoned it. Or not that it was too cold, because they're from Garlem. Well, of course not too cold, but the conditions were too harsh. Even in the mountains, so they freaking abandoned it. Since the turning of the ethereal tide, as you say. Like, this ice wall here didn't used to exist. And this is what's separating the Coerthan Eastern Highlands here, or sorry, Central Highlands from the Western Highlands that we get in Heavensward. There is also technically a Coerthus Eastern Highlands that has the Dawn Vigil. Like, if this is the Steel Vigil, and then the Dusk Vigil is, I think, the dungeon that we go into that's all frozen over, whatever. There's also a Dawn Vigil fortress. So people are hoping maybe we get like a variant dungeon or something with that. That would be cool. A variant dungeon through Ishgard. Some of the Ishgard zones we haven't been in yet. It'd be cool to see, like, maybe like to use that to showcase maybe like, ooh, the ethereal tides are changing and things are less fucked. Who knows? So this is where Behemoth does his little roar and like the initial like a Realm Reborn cutscene, Rooney. Where is the boy? The question mark is though, where's the boy? The boy might not be here. Oh no, wait, there they are. The boy. Gazing out over Ishgard. Or over the mountains. The little gaze of awe. That's the little wave that's supposed to turn to us when we're nearby. Their adventure's taking them off over the place. See, so sometimes they just like remain perpetually, and then sometimes they'll like walk away. But you know, maybe it's not a wave towards us. Maybe it's just a wave out in the mountain in general. Yeah. Okay. So that's another location. Let's see. And yeah, then there's a couple in Limsa. Let's see. Let's just teleport out there. Actually, you know what? We can return to Tuliol and then we can get to Limsa that way. There's a couple out in the Lenosha zones. Yeah, one of them is in Lower Lenosha, and I see that one all the time because it's right outside of where the Island Sanctuary is. So I zoning in and out from the Island Sanctuary. Oh, also I should remember I should plug back in my headset. Make sure it stays high and charge USB sound and everything. Yeah, so it's right outside where the Island Sanctuary plops you off at. So going in and out from the Island Sanctuary, you have a high chance of probably seeing this Alpha and Omega sighting if you've ever done anything Island Sanctuary. Limsa la Mainza. Oh, you know what? If we ever go out by the if there's a Ruby Sea or like a Far East location, I should probably remember. I think the current I was going to do the other custom delivery stuff that we have to do this week, as we have 6 more allocated spots. So I've been custom delivering to old custom delivery NPCs that we've already completed the story for, because there is achievements to deliver deliveries past the NPC story, and you eventually get a title. And we're on the last one from Anago this week, so we're gonna get the Nago's partner title. And then we'll move on to Kurenai as the next one that I'm going to be delivering things to slowly chip away at the achievements for. Because I've been going down the list. We got all those Lois ones, now I'm Nago, and then it's going to be Kurenai. But first, let's get out to Lower Lenosha here. I imagine, like I said, there's one in Yanksha that I know of for sure. So we'll be heading out that way. Oh, right. I just defaulted to the Griffin. We were on the elk. Because we're in the festive mood for the holiday season. Nope, not here right now, but you know what we can do? Zone in and out from Island Sanctuary. Hello, Island Sanctuary. Goodbye, Island Sanctuary. I still pop by out here each week just to, because there's like some minions and stuff like that you can get from the crates that you can purchase. Nope, he's not here right now. Nope, not here right now. So And you can sell the mount that comes from the Felicity token crates as well, so just like, yeah, if I get the mount, I'll sell it. If I pick up the minion eventually. But if I do pick up the, like, there's like 1 or 2 minions I still maybe want from here. I know you can get them from other places too, but I'm like, oh, I might as well keep doing this. And then I might just sort of like let the rest. Oh, there they are. So this is, here's the other location with them. Checking out the checking out the stalls here in lower Lenosha. Omega Bot and Alpha. All right. So that's this one here, and then apparently there's one in Outer Lenosha. So let's see. Get out there. Get out there. Let me see. I think he's sat somewhere. I think over here. Let me see. What is the Eorzea time? Okay. We might want to come back to this one. Apparently, if it's nighttime, if it's daytime, he'll be sat there, and then if it's nighttime, he'll sometimes go off and gaze at the stars. Like when we went to go gaze at the stars with Alice and Gabu, I don't know where he would go. Though. I think where did we? I think it was over here. No, wait, this doesn't seem right. Somewhere in around this encampment, we went to go gaze at the stars with Alice and whatever have you, with Alice and Gabu. All right, let's hold on. Let's zone transition out of here first. Nope. Nope, not here this time. We'll try again. We'll try again. And then this is, according to this guy's collection, this is the last of the A Realm Reborn locations. So the one by Copperbell Mines, the one by Hawk Manor, the one out by the Palace of the Dead area. Then the one in Lower Lenosha, the one in Mordona. This one. Nope. Please double check. This is the right location. Wait. Maybe this is the wrong location. Is it this campfire? Hold on, we're missing a campfire. Camp Overlook. How many campfires are there in this place? God damn. Hot damn, man. Where's the campfire I'm looking for? This isn't the campfire you're looking for. Like one campfire here. We got another this other campfire over here. I'm looking for one. We got this. I thought it was this campfire. But I think I may be wrong. Is there another campfire? Is there another one somewhere? Let me see. It's by some barrels. There's this tree fort over here. Not this one because it doesn't have any seats around it. You can see the docks though. You also see the tents. A tent. Wait, this is the right camp, right? Outer Lenosha. Camp Overlook. No, this is technically right. Where am I looking for this thing then? Hmm. Oh, here. This is it. Just outside of the camp. Here we go. This is the campfire. So which means looking at the stars, but from where? He goes out to look over here. All right, hold on. We'll rezone and see if we find them again. I was looking at the wrong campfire. I was looking at the wrong campfire all this time. And then, like I said, the last one from Reborn, so we might try going to the, going to Heaven's Ward next. In our little tour here. But yeah, I think it's great that they put in the different Alpha and Omega sightings. Like I said, I think they did a couple of locations around Tural for the Alliance raid as well for Prish and Alshal. I think you can find them near the Aetheryte and Ixbrax. And then I think in one other location. I think in maybe 3 locations, but I think in also by the Aetheryte in the Earthenshire. Oh, here they are. You sitting by the fire. Sitting by the fire here. Love to look over and smile. I'll have to maybe come back here at night because apparently at night he goes to look at the stars, but it's a little bit before nighttime. I think does the nighttime time technically transition at 6 p.m. Eorzea time? We'll teleport back here when it becomes nighttime. We'll teleport back here when it becomes nighttime. But for now, next place we're going to is Ishgard. So I think we're going to the cathedral. Let me see. There they are. We found them first try. Here in the friggin' Ishgard Cathedral. Yeah, man, there you go. The stained glass, the picture of Halone. Oh, the Omega bot also like spins to look at us as well. I wish you could interact with the buddy boy, but unfortunately they're just sort of here. They're just sort of here. And then you walk away, they go back to looking at the stained glass and stuff. That's great. That's great. All right. I didn't know you could find them in Ishgard. I was like, who is this? What is this strange little chocobo? Heretic. That's not Ishgard. Is it a dragon? Slay it. Okay, and then next one is out by the Sea of Clouds. Oh, I think I've seen this one before. Because it's out by the Vanu Vanu reputation. Let me see. Let's get out to the airship landing. And then when that leads out to Azus Law, this one leads out right. Yeah, okay, this is the one we want to go to. This one leads right out to where the Vanu Vanu reputation is. Which would be, yeah, right here on this little island. There's our good friendly new valley. Oh, right. And then after you complete the quest, yeah, we got the Moogle and the Vanu Vanu and the Nath dancing here. I forgot after you complete the culmination quest line. Alright, I think the potential Alpha and Omega sighting is here. Yeah, this would be right. Somebody looking over the edge over here, maybe? I didn't realize there's these couple ones over here. Fish and sea are like stars in heaven, ever bountiful, and this guy's like, why do you never catch one then? Why do you never catch? There's so many fucking fish, why haven't you caught one? Alright, let's try, let's try transitioning and seeing if he'll be here. Take 2. All the way back up this way. There they are! They're speaking with one of the, Vanu over here, and there's a Mega Bot. Do a look at the fishing. Oh, what a great shot we have here. With the sun. I love how the Vanu is talking to him. There's a Megabot, I guess, observing the fishing. Okay. And then let's see. The sun do be setting. So it's not quite the nighttime yet, though. But we'll be teleporting to see if we can get the special nighttime spawn. The other place, or the special where he goes to look at the stars. Next up, we have the Churning Mists. Let's see. Mako. I think I might have seen this one too at some point. Maybe while doing the Moogle dailies. The Moogle reputation. Let's see, are they here? No, I think they're supposed to be here. Yeah, I don't see him. Don't see him. We'll try zoning back in again. The zone transition is like right here. Descent to the Forelands. And then we speak to this dragon to be like, yeah, send me up. There they are. There they are. Just looking at the Moogles. Just looking at the Moogles. Doing the little tail feather shake. All right. So yeah, this is them looking at the Moogles here in the Churning Mist. They go everywhere. They go everywhere. So many adventures. Let's see. Where to next? All right, the Duranian hinterlands near Alexander. Yeah, I've seen this one before. We'll do this one, and then it should still be nighttime. We'll teleport over because then after this is Stormblood zones. Let's see. I think the only one we have is Idleshire. The only unfortunate teleport out there. And there'll be no nearby zone transition, so... Can I even, like, teleport, like, outside? Okay. Prologue gate and epilogue gate. Didn't realize those were what the gates were called in Idleshire. The more you know. So like it's all the way out here. I've encountered this one before. I think I was flying around for story things. And for like later parts of... Or like because you go to talk to Matoya a couple times for things after Heaven's Ward. And so it was probably out during that time. There they are. Found them. See, I've encountered this one before, so they're looking out at over the cliffs, and there's Omega Bot all the way back there. There's Omega Bot. Looking out over Alexander. Alright. Okay, so yeah, that was it for Heaven's Ward. So we can find them out in the Sea of Clouds in Ishgard. We can find them in we can find them out here looking at Alexander, and then in Logholm too. Let's see, let's go back to Camp Overlook. And I want to see if it's true at nighttime they go out to look at the sky. If they're here again. I don't see them. And I'm uncertain where they would go to look at the stars, but I would assume out this way. I don't think they spawned in, so let's rezone. Let's rezone. And then after this, we'll have Stormblood locations, and I think Endwalker ones, only because they wouldn't be in Shadowburners. Because they technically physically can't go there. Not that there. See, starts out sort of sat like this around the fire. Oh, the little flaps he does to stand up, man. Okay, and then he comes over here to look at the stars, dude. He comes out here to look at the stars. This is great. This is great. Oh, there's somebody riding around on the parafool. Anyway, adorable. Now we move on to Stormblood. But first, a little bit of a detour. A little bit of a detour along the way. Let's get back to Limsa. But then we're gonna stop by in the Ruby Sea before we go to the next location, which I think is out in the Asm Steppes. We're gonna do that first. We're gonna do that first because I want to do some gathering. So we want to gather from Monago. Like I said, chipping away at my gathered collectibles achievement that we need to get for the full Mentor crown. And so Monago's deliveries, this will also get us the last achievement for Monago as well. But Monago's deliveries is for gathering is this, the Shishu Koban. So if we search for item by gathering method, we can find it via mining in the turquoise chest, or by the Alefbeko if we're gathering. We might as well. Oh, the turquoise chest is actually pretty far down. We'll do it via gathering. Why not? Do Kobans grow on trees? I don't know, maybe. Or maybe we'll just, the trench is kind of spooky. Well, we'll go down the trench, whatever. It makes more sense that we mine them, right? Obviously, it doesn't matter either way. Obviously, it doesn't matter either way. But yeah, let's pop by to the Ruby Sea. But I think Alpha and Omega have been a lot of the holiday events as well. They put them in. I like when they do that too. They keep it up, putting Alpha and Omega everywhere. Like I said, I don't think they're in Dawn Trail yet. I don't know if they put them in any locations in Dawn Trail, but it would be fun. It'd be fun if we get them to at some point, because they put them in Endwalker, so. We'll have to keep our eyes peeled. Oh, I think there's also, hold on. We have to go back. We have to go back. This guy's put it in all sorts of interesting order. I think I saw this one as well, because I think we were there for, well, we're doing the culmination quest line for the reputations for Stormblood. And it sent us out here, but I think if you go to the hot springs here in Kugane, they can be here. So I imagine when they do get put in, because they've placed them in the city, in some of the main city areas as well. Like we got them in Mordona by the Rising Stones. We got them in Ishgard. We get them here in Kugane. They'll probably be up there's Alian, Isildur, and Home. These are our some of our B team scions, and this was a friend from the Doman refugees. Grandfather and I will make Kugane for a time, but after that it's off to Doma, where we'll make our way to Nangsha as planned. Yeah, that's where these are B team scions that are going to be our liaisons in Nangsha, which I haven't been to yet. We've been to Yangsha, not to be confused with Nangsha, which is like the marshy swamp nation, seems like jungle, like between Golmore and Doma. The Eastern Alliance were Dalmasca, more or less, in Doma. The Eastern Alliance was kind enough to handle the arrangements, and it looks like our guide is to be someone named Atori. Interesting. We'll screenshot this because the name Atori. Wonder if we'll know that person later. They told me of their plans to travel beyond Kugane. I knew their first stop had to be here, in these rejuvenating waters. Alright. I don't know. I don't think they're here. Hold on. Where exactly would the Alpha and Omega sighting be from here? Is there a bench somewhere? I think they're on one of these benches. So let's zone out and come back. Zone out and come back. I forgot there's the airship link as well. Forward and back and then up. Forward and back and then forward and back. And then one step forward. Oh, there they are. There they are. Look at these cutie patooties. He's outside of he's outside of his garb so he can sit in the hot springs. Us in the full garb though. Is adorable. Look at them. They're so cute. Well, since we see the bunny boy outside the garb. Yeah, they walk over and they sit down. They walk over and they sit down. The screenshot that I have shows them sitting on the bench. So I think they can get out and maybe go sit on the bench as well. Or maybe they start on the bench and then they walk down the hot springs. Very cute. I love my buddy boy. I love my buddy boy. You can't pat him, unfortunately, like this. He's untargetable. I wonder if maybe he sits the timer, goes back on the bench, or maybe starts on the bench and then walks down. Because I saw the Omega Ball walk down and then he just sort of jumped down from up here, though. But he's very cute. Very cute, hanging out in the hot springs. And then now we can go out to the Ruby Sea. Now we can go out to the Ruby Sea. Let's go pick up some of the stuff for the custom deliveries while we're there. I don't think, as far as this guy's collection goes, I don't think there's a sighting for Alpha and Omega out in the Ruby Sea. But we are drawn together. We have to gather some of the collectibles while we're here. And then next stop will be... Yeah, this guy doesn't have the Yanxia location. So this isn't a comprehensive list. This is definitely not a comprehensive list because I know there's in Yanxia. So... Probably some addendum. I'm looking at all of these other locations. This is a pretty old post. This is apparently posted 2 years ago. I wonder if we type... Is our truly best thing. All known alpha locations post alpha escape. Okay, there's some videos. There's some videos that have them. Hold on. This one shows Moghome, Mordona out in the Central Highlands, out in the Sea Clouds, in Outer Lenosha, in by Copperbell Mine. So we've already seen all of those ones. This one, yeah, these are there's no comprehensive list of videos or anything like that. We'll definitely have to keep our eyes peeled for some other locations. Like I said, they definitely don't have all of them. No, that's the Mr. Happy video that's showing the new 6 whatever locations. All right, let's see. Does this technically count as oh yeah, here we go. We can get our Shishu Koben here. Perfect. Let's pick up some of these then. Let's do a scrutiny, collector's focus, scour, and then another scrutiny and scour. All right, perfect. Collect 2. We collect 2. We'll need 6 in total. For the delivery, let's drink a cordial. Next mining node. Next mining node. All right, second verse, same as the first. Scrutiny, collector's focus, scour, and scrutiny, and another scour, and then collect. Like I said, I should probably also just be eating some. I have so much gatherer's food. We should just eat some gatherer's food. We just eat some gatherer's food while we're doing this. All right, and then we'll wait to regen the cordial. But yeah, considering like there's got to be a comprehensive list for some previous sightings as well, besides the one Reddit thread that doesn't even have all the locations. Like, I don't know if more got added in. If more got added, because this one goes all the way to Endwalker. We've seen some of these for sure. We've seen some of these, not all of these though. Anyway. Yeah, will I have enough for this? Maybe we wait for a little bit longer for our GP to regenerate. Well, I take a sip of water here. Stay hydrated, everybody. Stay hydrated. I guess it'd be kind of difficult to put together a full list of the different areas you could see him because, you know, yeah, you don't know if he's not in an area or you just need to rezone or whatever have you. All right, let's go in again here. Okay, so scrutiny, collector's focus, scour, and then second scrutiny, scour. Then we only need 2 here. We'll do this. And then grab a water crystal. We'll grab a water crystal. All right. Perfect. 6. Okay. All right, now that we've done that, let's go over to, we'll start with Yanxia. Because that's where, like I said, I have seen Alpha and Omega there. Imagine this zone would be a hard place to look around for Alpha and Omega. If I had to guess, if he were to be in the sea, in the Ruby Sea, he'd probably be either out by the Kojin or by the pirates, if I were to have to guess. Right, I forget it always plays the really tense music at the Isle of Zeki, always. Always. Or I guess he could be out in the fishing village. If we had to give it a zone. Sorry, if we had to give it a location. But, you know, like, once again, like, it's hard to know, like, would he be in some of these locations? Or, you know, because he's not in every zone. If he, no, wait. No, never mind. And that was like I'm seeing chocobo sightings in my dreams, man. For example, I just thought the guy crouching down there was the boy. No. I was just like, wait, hold on. But I do know there is one that's not even listed on this Reddit thread, and that, you know, like I said, they don't have. I've seen them out here before. The question is, where exactly? I remember he was out by the fields. He was definitely on this side of the fields. Oh wait, it might have been on the other side of the fields. Somewhere in the fields. Somewhere by the rice fields there was the boy. I think these are all the fields. I don't think the boy is here. I don't, where'd the boy? But where'd the boy though? There is technically one rice field over here. There's some on the back end over here. I wonder if, you know what, hold on. Does Issei or Azami have anything to say? Okay, yeah, it's after the ranged role quest, the physical range role quest. They have additional lines there saying that their mother and father that were previously buried on the cliffside have been moved to Swallow's Compass to better honor them. Alright, let's rezone and then we'll look for these guys again here because I know they're in Yanxia. I know they're here. Question is, where exactly? But I do remember seeing them. I remember them in the mountains. But where? But where exactly? Where exactly were they? My small chocobo child. My small little buddy boy, he was somewhere out here. I know he was. I remember. I remember like it was yesterday. It wasn't yesterday, but it was a short while ago. I forget why I was out here, but I was passing by and I know I saw my buddy boy. I know he was here. But I can't remember exactly where, only that it was somewhere out here. Only that it was somewhere out here by the fields. Let's try rezoning again. We try rezoning. What if I Google it? You think if I Google it, it'll come up if I say alpha and omega Yanksha? Nope, just comes up with this thread again. Are apparently one true thread. Alright, hold on. Whoop. I don't think it would be up here, no, because this isn't the fields. This isn't the fields. I know for sure he was somewhere in the fields. Where exactly in the fields, I don't know. Somewhere. They were looking out over the fields. It might be the ones closer to the city, I'm to be honest. So I don't remember there being these little fuckers running around. So the ones by the city probably seems safer. There they are! See, I told you I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. There we go. See if we can get them. Oh no, they always turn to look. They turn to look. Get it just right. Get a little wave in. Get the little wave. Anyway, that's good enough. Oops. Didn't need the second screenshot. What? Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. Next, let's go out to the Asm Step. So I think we're looking somewhere near Molilo. Let's go out to the reunion. So it means that this Reddit thread isn't comprehensive list. It's not a comprehensive list. But I think somewhere out this way, we'll have to look. Let me see if I can find exactly where. Okay, there's like a rock somewhere out this way. Ansel Hakar. So out this way by the shepherd and their flock of sheep. So out frolicking with the sheepies. Over here. These are sheepies. These are also sheepies. Oh, there they are. Oops. Just chasing after the sheep. There they are. I think there's oh look, this one has a little doggo with them. So I think there's apparently multiple things that they can do out in this location with the sheepies. They all have like the little herd doggos. So this person says that they can be found chasing a sheep along the north side, or they can get chased by a mammoth, or they can walk up to a flock of sheep and fall asleep with them. Apparently. Let's do one rezone and see if we can get either of those, and then if not, it's good enough. We already saw him there. We already saw him. And then there's another one apparently by the locks out in Gearbania, which is the only location in Gearbania. I wonder if they can be found anywhere else. Anywhere else in that area. The problem with Gearbania, maybe in the fringes there might be some cool locations. But like, I don't know. The rest of the zones just feel like mountain, like nothing mountains to me. Like, I don't think there's anything really too interesting about the zone. Nothing that very intriguing, except for some areas that they just don't use. They're just like, oh yeah, here's some old monk ruins and stuff like that. I'm just like, wow, that's so cool. Do we go there? And they're just like, nah. Or like, here's a temple with a big tree growing out of it in the middle of a lake. Oh my god, what a cool location. Do we go there for anything? Nah. One side quest where somebody dies. And I'm just like, okay. You don't just hang out there or anything. You go find the body and then you go back. You can only access it via flying. Lol. I'm just like, oh, alright. They really made Gearbania. Like, I think they could have done so much. They could have done Gearbania better, man. Not even the monk quest, which should be like, alright, now's the time. They didn't. They didn't. All right, so there's another instance of them spawning and chasing the sheep. There they are. Very brief sighting, dude. Kudos to whoever found that one, man. They fucking this a fucking pier, dude. They dis a heckin' pier. All right, let us go to the locks then. Yeah. We'll stop by in Rogger's Reach to go drop off our our deliveries from Nago. Let's go. Well, we can teleport from here. We'll teleport from here. All right. Let's get back onto Miner, and then we'll hand these into Nago, and then we'll continue on to Locks. And then after that, I think it's only the Endwalker sightings that are next compiled, so we'll do a drive-by of those ones. We'll do a drive-by of those ones, and I'll have to keep my eyes peeled for any other locations. Like I said, Yanxia isn't on this thread, and yeah, Yanxia is on this thread. Some of these guys have posted like, I saw Alpha and Omega here during a seasonal event. And it's just like, that's great, guys. But the people that are looking back at this thread later won't be able to see them now because the seasonal event will be over. Alright, let's hand these in. These days, more than a few Eurasians have a fascination with all things Hingan bordering on obsession. Well, so long as they pay for their koban, I'll have no qualms indulging them. And there's just a high quality line. Yeah, I think this will be all we need to have then all the achievements from Monago. I have to spend these gatherer scripts on something. There we go. The customer's always right, Monago. This is our, hey, you've reached the maximum deliveries from Monago this week. Regards, you know that? All you've done for us, all you continue to do. Oh, there's no better word for it. Still, I wager it's not entirely out of the kindness of your heart, eh? You enjoy the collectibles trade. Exhausting though it may be, there's still a solid sense of accomplishment. I know the feeling. We both ought to know by now that it's important not to overdo it. Take a rest, Kelvin. You earned it. Alright, there we go. Customer is always right, Monago. We get the title Nago's partner. Alright, which means that next time I'll be doing custom deliveries, going back and doing the other ones. I've got all the ones for Zloe, all the ones for Monago, which means next up I'm starting on Kurenai to get all Kurenai's ones, which ends with the title Kurenai's partner. Alright, but real quick while I'm remembering, let me go spend my gatherer scripts. Let me go spend those real quick. And then, yeah, let's see, script exchange, hello. I don't know what do I buy with the purple gatherer scripts here? Regional folklore materials, baits, maybe, folklore items. Do I have all the folklore items? I do. I do. These are the orange token ones. Oh, right. I think I've been buying Earthbreak Ether Sand because I think you need these to make something. I think you need these to make, like, potions or something. There we go. At least the ones of the mind. Might as well have just been hoarding those. All right. So let us actually let's go zone transition real quick, and then we'll teleport to Locks for the last sighting location. That's by that's listed in for Stormblood. That we know probably not the only location because they did miss the one in Yanksha. Which I guess maybe we'll revive the 2-year-old thread. Because it's apparently the closest thing to a comprehensive list that exists. Based on my quick Google search. Okay, let's see. This one is Sothwatch. Where is that? Oh, we're all the way over here. All the way over here. And then the next one... The next one is, the next ones are all out in, Endwalker. All the way up here by this tower. The top of the tower, I wonder? Do they make you go all the way up here? Well, I don't see them. Nope, it looks like he's looking over one of the cliffs. I think here? I think around here is where he's supposed to be looking out over one of the cliffs. Because you can see this in their view. Okay, we'll have to come back. We'll have to rezone. Alright. Oh, what that's a freaking additional fee to teleport. That's an additional fee to teleport. Gonna be a flight back and forth from this. But then yeah, afterwards there's I remember there seeing there's a sighting in Charlan. I don't remember seeing that one. There's one in Labyrinthos, which we have seen. Because it's right by where the Pandemonium quest is. Then there's one out in Thavnir and one and some in Garlemald. Or one in Garlemald where he can be sitting in different locations. Did we see him? All right, hold on. Zone transition, we go back. Take two. Take two. Yeah, kudos to anybody that finds these little boy. This little boy, man, because like who's going all the way out to this fucking cliff's edge? Like, I guess maybe I would at some point for, like, questing if I was sent down to questing this way, but otherwise, like... Such an open zone. Which, individually, the locations are nice, but they don't really get used for anything. Oh, there they are. Never mind, they're right over here. Good, I was like, oh man, if they're not gonna be here. If they're not gonna be here. Oh, freaking Omega Bot scuttles back. There he is, looking out over the vast mountains. That separate the area that separates, I think this would be the area. Oh, maybe not quite. It's freaking, I can't really tell based on the map locations. Let's zoom out. Irabania. I think that's where the Black Shroud is. This is... I know that way. I don't know which way this way goes. Anyway. So yeah, that is the Locks location. Let's get to Charlan. We'll get to Charlan, and there's gonna be a location here, and then in Labyrinthos. And then from there, we'll be able to take the free teleport to Thavnir. And oh, you know what? Darn it! Fucking hell. I should have stayed there and just gone for the one in Garlemald. Oh well. Because the zone transition to Garlemald is right there. Oh well, we'll go Garlemald last. We'll go to Garlemald last. Da-na-na-na-da. All right. So yeah, I think it's out by the Levier Estate. Man, I had to go there a few times for the custom deliveries, but I guess for the Maliance custom deliveries, but I guess I never like looked properly. I think he's by a building. You know what? Maybe it's because I just went straight into the building, but it looks like based on this that he's at the corner of a building. No, this doesn't look quite right. This doesn't really give specifics. Let's see. What am I don't even know what I'm exactly looking at here. This looks like this is where it should be, but there seems to be a pillar that I'm not seeing. Maybe on this. No, I don't think it can be on this side. Where are these? Where's the pillar? The corner. The building. Up one of the servants just watering some flowers over here. Let me see if there's an area, because you can see out there's like a building and some water across the way. So it could be over here's somewheres abouts. It seems like something like this looks right, but not quite. Just a bun lad hanging out here. The world is saved, and more importantly, so is my house. Oh, this is truly the happiest of days. Oh, we got some floating grass over here. There they are. Hanging out with the servants. They also did a little bit of bows. They're hanging out with the servant. The Chogi, they come over here. Okay. We found him. Everybody was all looking at us. It was like, all right, we're having a great time, now leave. This guy's looking at Omega Bot and Quizly. The servant's talking to Alpha. That's great. That's great. All the way in the building over here. Once again, kudos to the people that are finding these guys. I swear I walked around all this area, but I guess I walked around all this area when I first got here, but I don't think I ever did again. I don't think I ever did again except for one other time, and I guess it must not have spawned in. It was like right before Endwalker was over. Anyway, let's go to Labyrinthos. All right, let's see. I think, yeah, it's right over here. I guess we could have teleported. But we're already almost there now. I was just looking at to see if there's any other potential sites. I think it's this one, and then Daphne, and then one in Garlemald. Yeah, I've seen this one a couple of times because, like I said, the Pandemonium quest person is out here. The Pandemonium quest person. There he is. The buddy boy. With Omega Bot here as well. There they are, just looking at this contraption. Yeah, if the Pandemonium guy didn't end up here, I would never have found these guys. Because it's just like, why go in there ever? All right, let's go back to Shalane. And then we'll quick jaunt over to the free teleport to get to Thavnir. for the next location. Boom shakalaka, Davnia. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this one they say is out by the Font of Maya right here. Oh, yeah, also, so like, I know when we were doing the Pelu Pelu reputation, I said that, you know, after the, I think it was the epilogue. I don't think it was the Felony, I think it was the epilogue. Like, this place got all decked out. Like, I think the flowers in the center here, and then all these banners and lights or something that came in the epilogue. So we're probably, I wonder if we're gonna get something like that for the Pelu Pelu, because just like the Pelu Pelu rep, this area like slowly expands as you like the hippo care area, the restaurant, and then like the little adventure hangout post over here. Oh, I forget that she's out here dancing with the Law Prince after you do the culmination quest line. Yeah, let's see. Assuming he's gonna be there, Chocobo friend should be somewhere along the edge here. Oh, these are all just a bunch of monkeys. I think it'd be on the on this side. We might have to rezone. In which case, the only place to rezone is Razadhan. So we'll go and try again. Because then the last location is apparently in Garlemald. But yeah, like I said, there doesn't seem to be a comprehensive list, so if anybody spots them in one of the other locations, you know, let me know. Let me know, because I'm curious, in a location that we haven't been to on this Tour de Force. Because, like, yeah, that Yanxia one isn't in this Reddit post, and this Reddit post honestly seems to be the most comprehensive list. Like, a couple people have been like, oh, new into the Endwalker patch, like, here's a couple of, alpha sightseeing site locations, but not really before that. Not really before that, at least in my quick Google search. All right, let's try another second time here. The second time here to see if they're gonna be here. There they are. They were sitting. On the one hand, I love how they wave to you, but on the other hand, I wish they would. I wish they had a second to take a picture of them while they were still seated. You know, Megabot goes to look at the ape over here. This is an untargetable ape. Quay! The friendly Quay. Oh, and then he runs off and the gorilla goes after him. All right. Well, there you go. I was just sitting and looking at the statue. All right. And then, lastly, We go back to Garlemald, but first let's go back to Gordania. Reduce the teleportation fee this way, and then also a freaking gill saving. Luna's penny pincher tips. Basically, instead of teleporting straight to Garlemald, like if I were to teleport straight to Garlemald from here, it would be 1,000. But if I teleport to the Alamegan Quarter, it's only 300, and the zone transition is right there. And also, the zone transition is right there. So you just go to the locks, and then you hop, skip, and a jump over the buildings here. Talk to this dude. And then boom, we're in Garlemald. And then boom, we're in Garlemald. We save like 700 gil. But Luna, you're just like, but Luna, that's 700 gil, but 700 gil we didn't have to spend. Eh? 700 gil we didn't have to spend. Alright, so this one's out all the way, I think, over this way somewhere, but... because we can teleport to Tertium. That will save us a little bit of the flight. Let's see. Wait, hold on, wrong side. I do really like the Tertium music here. It's also wild to me that they have like an underground like subway and in Garlemald. Like they were so advanced. And still they couldn't put colors in their city to save their life. They're just like, what we know red, we know gray, that's it. Alright, I think this is around the playground here is where we can find them. No, I think it's here, but they're not here right now. So we gotta zone out and then zone back in. Unfortunately, like, besides going back to the locks, the only other option to zone in and out is via the moon. And that's kind of a hassle. Kind of a pain in the butt. How much does it cost to teleport back and forth from there to the moon? Probably be other. Mar Elementorum 500. And we'll fly there real quick. This is the last location. This is the last location apparently where it's been confirmed that you can spot them, so with the tour de force of all of the current locations, and probably also, like I said, some other ones. Maybe some other ones like out there, like the one in Yanxia that's apparently not been listed as a commonplace sighting. Honestly, I don't know how anybody got the one in the Asm Steppes. Because that is so brief. That one is so brief of a sighting. Alright, so we may actually, you think probably we don't even have to make it to the moon? You think this technically counts as a transition? I think it probably does. Okay, yeah, going out this way. Alright, let's return to the playground and see if he's there this time. We'll see if he's there this time. Our buddy boy. Yeah, I'll be interested to see. I don't know, like, I guess they might add it at some point in Dawntrail in a patch, considering it seems like the, it seems like the Alpha and Omega sightings were adding it in 6.15. I don't know if they're you think they currently be in Dawntrail? They might not. They might not keep them there. Alright, I don't see them. I don't see them here as well. Starting to be like, let's just teleport back and forth, honestly. As a long flight. Let's go to Mare Lamentorum. This will at least save us. Here's what we'll do. That saved us a flight here, and then we can just fly back. That way we save having to do a second teleportation fee. Oh right, I also forget there's this little path that we have to do of like, yeah, you gotta go up to the nether gate so you can get beamed up. Yeah, I'm so lost. Alright. Yeah, assuming, like, I guess they wouldn't, I mean, if they've been into places like Garlemald, they would then getting to Thrall would be easy for those two. But if it's following the same, Final Fantasy XIV has like followed like a rigid patch cycle, but I guess like if these locations got put in 6.15 and this is technically the 1.5 patch right now, maybe later down the line because they've split this one up a little bit. Out there they are. Oh, they usually sit by the swing. I guess this time they're by the slide. All right. My buddy boy. There he is. So I think he has the chance to be, I guess, on the slide or sitting on one of the swings. Sitting on one of the swings, I think. Let me see. This one says on the swings, sleeping on a bench just south of the swings. So sleeping over here on this bench, I think. And then, or sitting on top of this slide behind the swing set. So he has a chance to appear playing in these different locations. All right, but there we go. Sitting on the swing one is very cute. I've seen it didn't sound like, hold on. Let me show you guys. This is also the Reddit thread I've been referencing. The Reddit thread I've been referencing. So there's him sitting on the swing. And it's cute because you could sit next to him. You could sit next to him if you wanted. So like on this swing. There we go. But yeah. Now that we've there we go, we're on the swing now. We're on the same swing. Now that we've done that little tour de force, that was a fun one. Like I said, I haven't been to all of these locations yet. I didn't know all the possible places where he could spawn, and there might be some other ones out there. So like I said, like this one, there's no there seems to be no comprehensive video. I looked on YouTube, it didn't seem to come up with anything besides like a couple of like brief like here's some locations kind of thing. And then, yeah, besides this Reddit thread, which I guess I'll revive from 2 years ago. One that I'll revive from 2 years ago, maybe. There might be a couple of other locations out there. A couple of other locations, but those are some of the ones that have been commonly cited. I don't know who went all the way out to the fucking Behemoth area and saw them. Some of these are kind of out of the way. Some of these are a little bit out of the way, but it's always very cute. They're putting our little boy everywhere. They're putting our little boy everywhere. Also, like I said, there's a couple of... I think there's a couple of sightings for... currently for the Alliance raid, for the current Alliance raid, the Juno one, the Final Fantasy XI one for Dawn Trail. I think if we go to Ixbrax and then Earthenshire, there's a chance of them being there. Prish and Elshal. We'll give this a look-see-peeksy. A peeksy look-see. But yeah, if they do add a patch with, oh, there they are. There they are, they're here. So what exactly did people hoard tiger fangs? Why did they hoard tiger fangs? I believe that selling them was quite lucrative. What they, something. Man, that text went by fucking fast. All right, let's see if we can re-trigger that again. Here we go. Why exactly do people hoard tiger fangs? What they were used for, I haven't the foggiest. Selling them was lucrative, but what they were used for, no idea. So that's one from Xbrax. Let me see, hold on. I remember somebody posted a, yeah, Mr. Happy posted a video that has the different sightings, as well as some of the stuff that they're referencing. Oh, they're also out by the Kui place. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Urko Pacha, Warlord's Echo. I think right down this way. There they are. So they're never really far from an Aetheryte, but here's another setting of them. So they have trolls here as well. Oh, the trolls being the Okui. I'm pretty sure they're called Okui. I see. I assumed it to be this. I assumed it to be the same. It'd be the same like Mamulja. The Mamulja were called Mamulja in the same. Here as well in the Final Fantasy XI. And then I think there was one by... yeah, one in Earthenshire as well. Oh, we can just zone transition there. Oops. This is like right here. But yeah, I think it's only these 3 locations. Only these 3 locations. But yeah, it's cute when the devs do something like this. They're just like, there's some characters that are just like, yeah, we're gonna go journeying now, and then they actually put them out and around some of the locations as little Easter eggs. There they are. The homes look like overgrown pottery. Quite different from the moblins of Venedial. They mostly lived in cities underground, didn't they? Yeah, technically in the lore of Final Fantasy XIV, we learn in the Leatherworker and Weaver and Carpenter role quest that there's a myth that there is a underground, previously underground city of Movopolis for the Moblins, but they dug too deep and it was flooded out. And rumor still swirls that this city still exists somewhere underground in Thrall. But the Moblins forever swore not to live underground anymore and they live above ground. But it's technically a myth. But maybe, who knows, maybe a variant dungeon in the future? Maybe a variant dungeon or something in the future? The underground city of Movopolis, that could be a cool one. They'd have some underground locations for that. But, we'll see. Because I don't know, like, man, the variant dungeons... they could probably do something like that. Because they do like to have like the 3 different paths be like somewhat different, but like the I think they were all pretty good. Sildi was probably the weakest just because it's somewhere that we already had more of an idea of. And well, some of the areas in the Sildi area was kind of very pretty. It was kind of like we tried this ground before, but it was still interesting. Rokon, though, complete, like, we hadn't been to that part of Yangsha yet. It was really beautiful. Alo Alo, same thing, gorgeous. So I guess, like Silly, the Silly one was okay, but it wasn't as pretty as those two. So I imagine wherever we go is going to be something kind of like, they really showcase some of these zones in the variant dungeons. And I look forward to, oh man, I look forward to it. I look forward to seeing what variant dungeon we get. Because I really like the variant dungeons in Endwalker, and I think they're a great way of exploring some of these more niche areas in different zones. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. Like I said, it was nice seeing some of the locations that I hadn't seen yet. That was brought up in the thread, and then a couple ones that even I knew that wasn't brought up in the thread too, because apparently there might be more out there that were missed.